My dear students, we are talking about different components of interview, but there are still number of concepts which need to be covered in this particular section. Let's talk about some more. First one is putting applicants at ease. You have to put applicant at ease regardless of the format you select. Devote a few moments at the beginning of the interview to putting the applicant at ease. Because if you would start asking questions in the very start of the interview, this is not a good idea. So it's better to put applicant at ease. During the rapport building stage, you want to use icebreakers. Icebreakers are very important. Icebreakers can be comments, it can be questions that have no direct bearing on the job. There is no direct bearing on the job. Their sole purpose is to put the applicant at ease before the actual interview begins. So what is the purpose? The purpose is to put applicant at ease, and most of the time these are icebreakers which may contain different kind of comments and questions. The most popular icebreakers are comments about uncontroversial subjects. It is very important point that you have to talk about uncontroversial subjects such as the weather or traffic conditions, because there are no such kind of controversy about traffic conditions and the weather in any particular context. Here are some neutral questions and remarks. For example, did you have smooth commute? When we spoke last week, you indicated that you were getting to take the train in. How did you work for you? So this question is very, very neutral, and that you are talking about the commuting of the applicant to the interviewing place. And that was some bizarre we had last week. How much snow did you get where you live? It's nice to see the sun shining for a change. 5 consecutive rainy days is enough for me. So all these questions about the weather, these are very neutral, very uncontroversial questions, and you can ask such kind of questions keeping in view your context. These are just examples. Some questions and comments may seem neutral on the surface, but nonetheless should be avoided. It looks very neutral, but need to be avoided, can be tricky. Topics such as sports, politics, and religion are sensitive by their very nature. So these are sensitive areas, looks neutral, but very sensitive, and different people have a different point of view. An applicant's response can therefore trigger strong reactions on the part of the interviewer. These reactions can inadvertently skew the interviewer's view of the applicant's job suitability. Here, therefore, are some icebreakers to avoid. For example, so the West Indies finally won the Cricket World Cup T20. Thank goodness. So obviously, this question is tricky. If someone is not in the favor of West Indies, what he would think about it. So don't give such kind of comments. Say, did you happen to catch the Yankees game last night? Are you as tired as I am this morning? I stayed up for all 14 innings. Did you have any trouble at the train station on your way over? Here, this is also very tricky. I understand there's a group of anti-war protesters tying up traffic. What are those people thinking? Did you read the headlines in this morning's paper? So such kind of questions looks very neutral on the surface, but these questions can be controversial. So better to avoid. Just how much time should be spent on icebreaker depends on how comfortable the applicants appear to be. If you are giving icebreakers and those icebreakers are helping applicant to put at ease, that's good. But if it's not working, then what you need to do? In most instances, 15 to 30 seconds is sufficient. 30 seconds. Although sometimes more time will be needed. If you need more time, better to put that time, but keeping in view the change in the applicant's behavior in the very start of the interview. Under no circumstances should this stage of the interview continue for more than a couple of minutes. So 30 seconds to 2 minutes is enough. And if it's not enough, then obviously you need to change your strategy and you need to start your formal interview process. Applicants who are still uneasy after this amount of time, means 2 minutes, will probably not respond to additional some task. So don't waste your time in asking and keeping yourself involved in icebreakers and different kind of comments and questions. The best thing to do in this instance is to get started. So better to get started straight away and don't waste your time in the icebreakers if you are thinking that applicant is still not at